This game for you after you had an at bat for 24 days.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about it all the time. Got to stay ready when your number's called. And for me, it was in that big spot right there, and I was able to get a good swing off.
And Scott said that you've been going really well in batting practice. Had you felt like you were getting a groove at the plate?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've felt really good in BP. We've been doing live ABs in our on our off days in between weekends. I felt good in that, and that's kind of what it's all about. When you're not in there, you gotta keep yourself feeling good and ready for when you get called up.
How hard is it to go 24 days between at bats?
I don't really even think about it that way. We're winning baseball games, and that's the only thing that matters. And like I said, number was called right there, and luckily got a good swing.
Can you take me through the at bat? I mean, the opposite field. What kind of pitch did you hit?
Yeah, so I mean, that guy that's a lower slot. Our approach was see the ball out over the plate, anything in, probably shutting it down. Went 2-0, and then I took two pitches that I wasn't necessarily going to be able to get a great swing off. Got to that 2-2, and I think he left it up a little bit, and I was able to get the barrel there.
But to get a hit on a big stage like this, is that the biggest moment of your career?
Realistically, probably, yeah. Game wasn't over yet, so I don't think I kind of allowed myself to really think that way. But looking back, I think I can probably say so. Yeah.
But when you crossed the plate, what were the emotions for you?
Well, I mean, with Vance, you can't be surprised. And I knew between Colby or him, one of them was going to get it done. Madera got that sack down like he always does, and we were in a good spot.
How did you get that?
That was my unathletic slide to second base. Straight through the pants.
Were you, Coach Forbes mentioned to us the other day that he had to have some delicate conversations with guys. Even he might have played well last year. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering, were you one of those guys maybe that he had to talk with about accepting a different role or kind of being okay with whatever might come to you?
I think that the biggest thing is that it's team first, of course, and we're winning a lot of baseball games all year. So I mean, the only thing I can do is be supportive and get behind my guys. So I'll keep doing that regardless. We all will. Anybody in our dugout will say the same thing. So that's really what it came down to. We've talked, but it's more. I mean, me and him, we can pretty much talk about anything. So I mean, I've been in a good headspace all year.
In this day and age of transfer portal and this and that, sometimes it's difficult for guys to stick it out. What made you so confident that no matter what, you were good?
Yeah, I mean, I love this program and I love my teammates and coaching staff. There's nothing that can make me change from that. I play for those guys, and regardless of what my role is, I'm going to do what I can do for those guys.
When you got the call to go up there, in that moment, what goes through your mind?
I'm ready. I mean, that's what you play for. A guy in my spot. You stay ready on your off days. You keep your swing going, and when your number's called, you just go up there and let it go.
How did you find the mentality to deal with going from second team All ACC to the road? I mean, that's not easy to do, but you did it well, and your teammates have said that you're very supportive and everything. Yeah. How do you find that headspace?
I mean, really, it's pretty easy. I mean, obviously, my year, if you look at the numbers or whatever, it is what it is. And at that point, I tell myself that there's one thing I can do, and that's support my guys and help win baseball games, and we've done that.
Do you have anyone from Yakima here?
Well, my parents are here. Had some others think about coming, but just my parents.
It's a long trip.
Long trip.
Have they reached out to you since the game ended?
I haven't really been on my phone. I'm sure they're outside waiting for me. But yeah, blessing to have them here.
Can you give me the quick recap of how you go from Yakima to Chapel Hill? Obviously they recruited you and you were interested, but what's the quick story there?
Played junior college ball for 2 years at Tacoma Community College over there. Had a couple of good years. They had Danny Soretti was playing shortstop at the time. They knew he was going to be a draft guy. And then the guys behind him were younger guys, and they wanted to bring in an older guy. And my head coach in Tacoma has always done a really good job of getting guys out. And I was just in the right place at the right time.
Have you been to North Carolina before that at all?
No, not even really close.
What was the farthest east you had ever been in your life?
like Montana, like not even close. Yeah,
That is far.
yeah, it's yeah.
You bet you kind of went on the other way on it. I mean, what did you see on the pitch and to be able to kind of poke it down the line, the first base line?
Yeah, he was a lower slot guy, so his fastball had some offside run. Left it out over the plate, which with a guy like that, that's what you have to look for. A little bit elevated. Let it get a little bit deeper than I wanted to, but in the middle of the barrel, and it worked out.
Just a couple more, if any. You good?
Very good. Thanks.
Thanks.
All right.